When did you make this?
It was I was working on a monument. I was working actually 4 at the same time. And to keep my sanity, when I had a little time, I would doodle with clay. And that was the birth of the contemporary. That was the birth of it, just playing. This was the first piece. And this is what I refer to is my transition. If you can see it, it's moving into things like this, that, and this. But it's so much more fulfilling to express yourself. As I say, I spent years telling stories for the corporations, and no one ever asked me how I felt. You know, what do you think about this? But never asked me how I felt about it. But you have to go through this to get into this transition. There's no shortcuts. If you're playing an instrument, you can't improvise on an instrument till you can play the tune. And that's what you have. I do play a saxophone, and I learned a lot about that.
Yeah, I was just going to ask what instruments you play.
Could you take us through the process in your mind? Sort of how do you go from, how do you take that feeling and it ends up in your piece?
Well, I'll tell you in all honesty, I don't remember doing this. I don't remember one single thing about doing this piece. I use no models. There's a funny thing. It is said that saints and artists go beyond the surface. Most of us live on the surface, like the peeling of an orange. I remember I was doing a monument, and I had 2 dogs in it, and I don't do animals, but I had to. And one of them was an Alaskan Malamute, and I imported one from Alaska, the most beautiful animal you've ever seen. And I did it all except laying that head in, and I was scared. Didn't know what I could do. Well, the 4th of July was on its way up, and I had some other artists working with me, and I told them to take a long weekend. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I went and confronted that head, and I don't remember a thing. My assistants came in when it was over and said, "It's neat." I said, "It is, but it's wrong." They said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Give me a knife." I cut the head off and tilted it. And I said, "No, it's right." The little things. It's like a composer. This note, this chord. Hey, wait a minute. That's kind of nice. That's the way I
Okay.
But it's...
You still have things in Taos, or the Taos, or?
I'm in Santa Fe. I'm in the Ventana Art Gallery in Taos. I've got a big inventory there. There's nothing, there's no art market now. And I've got just about all of my pieces there. I've got a $500,000 inventory there.
Wow. Which gallery did you say?
The Ventana, it's just, you're starting up Canyon Road. It's the first, the big building on your right. I've got pieces outside. You see them as you come up. So that's what I do.
So you're still doing this every day?
When guys like this don't bug me. But I'm happy to answer, you know, any questions.
Where do you work? Do you work on your patio?
I work right up there.
Yeah,
See, people say, don't you need a big space? I said, what does an architect need? Anyway, here I am, and I think I've given you a little background.